And remember, it doesn't have to be physical attacks to be considered bullying. So I think when we use sharp words to degrade someone or to hurt someone for a long time, that is also bullying. And so in my own experience and from my observation and discussions with some of my friends, I have come up with 3 main reasons why students becoming a bully. So number 1, in my opinion, is the herd behavior, HARD. Because more than anyone, teenagers need to feel a sense of belonging. And when they see a group of friends bullying an individual in their school or in their class, well, they do feel sad, they do feel heartbroken, but they are likely to adopt the same behavior in a physical way or in a verbal way, or they will remain silent. They will ignore the victim. Why? Because they need to be a part of the group. They need to be protected. And yes, there are heroic students who stand up for the weak ones, but not many students are strong and confident like that. Not many students are brave enough to be an outcast, to face isolation and deal with all the upcoming consequences for going against the grain. And isolation is really, really, really scary. So this was also one of the reasons why I bullied my friend in middle school, because I was afraid of being isolated. I was a 14-year-old girl, so I was really, really scared of being isolated. Okay, so moving on to reason number 2, in my opinion, is due to inferiority complex. Some students, they bully others because they are insecure about their appearance or their background. And in order to hide that shame, they bully other students who also have a low background, or students who are weak and unconfident, or students who do not have a good looking appearance. And for these students who have inferiority complex, bullying others is like a lifeboat for them to hold on, because they need to pinpoint the flaws of others, make fun of them, laugh at them, underestimate them, so that they can feel better about their situation, so that they can feel worthy, so that they can accept and live with their own imperfections, because they themselves have already been underestimated by other people. So that is reason number 2, in my opinion. Reason number 3, family reasons. Some children, they come from a family or a neighborhood where violence is a usual part in their daily life. And therefore, it is kind of hardwired in their brain that violence is a solution for everything, and that there are only 2 choices: be a bully or be bullied. And so they would treat weak students like their sandbag, and they would use violence to display power or to release their pent-up feelings, because at home they have to suffer a lot inside. On the other hand, I see that students who are not beaten by their parents, who do not witness violence, but if they lack care and attention from their parents, they might also exhibit violent behavior. Either they want to attract the parents' attention, or they have a bad group of friends. Bad group of friends that ask them to do the bad things. And because they are so lonely, they need the validation and the companionship from these friends. However, if there is too much care, if there is too much care and too much indulgence from the family, it will also spoil the children. And it will give them a distorted view about life. They will think that the whole world revolves around them. And whenever they cannot get what they want, they will use violence to get it. Or even in more extreme cases, some spoiled children use violence for entertainment, for fun, just because they are bored. So the three main reasons, in my opinion: number one, herd behavior; number two, inferiority complex; and number three, family reasons. So we have already known the reason, then let's move on to some actions that I think that an individual can apply to protect themselves. So number one, I think, find something that you are interested in and try to excel at it. For example, a school subject, chemistry, biology, history, literature, English, or an artistic skill like drawing, painting, singing, dancing, or a soft skill, communication skill, listening skill, etc. When you are good at something, and you know that you are good at something, it will boost your self-confidence. It will boost your sense of identity. You know who you are and what you are capable of. And when you're good at something, it will give you more respect from other people too. You don't need to seek validation from bad people. So that is number one for me. Number two, we need to work out. We need to exercise. We need to take up a sport. Swimming, basketball, martial art, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, karate, whatever. But you have to build a strong body. You have to increase your stamina and endurance. And also, you have to enhance your eye-hand coordination. Because in the worst case scenario, when somebody hits you, you need to have good reflexes to defend yourself or to fight to protect your life. Or what if you cannot defend? What if you cannot fight? Then at least you have to have a healthy to run as fast as you can and run as far as you can to remove yourself from that situation. That's why I take up running, and I'm quite good at running. So that's action number one and action number two. And doing action number one and action number two will help reduce your screen time, reduce your time on social media as well. Because sadly, as you have seen on the video, if someone wants to bully you nowadays, they will not just do it in real life. They will also bully you on social media, online. And you guys have already known how much damage that cyberbullying can do to a person, to a family. So we need to make sure to protect ourselves in the virtual world and also in the real world. And action number three, connect with others. You just need to find at least one friend or two friends who share something in common with you and create a group with them. When you are in a group, it will discourage the bullies from bullying you, because then they will have to bully the whole group. But let's say they bully the whole group, you will not feel lonely, you will not feel abandoned, you will not feel alone. You will have the strength, the courage to fight back and to carry on with your life and your education. That's number three. So please don't ever isolate yourself if you are not confident about your mental, emotional, and physical strength. And number four, the last one, just like Wu said earlier, speak up. Don't be embarrassed when you are bullied. Share it with your parents, your teachers, your friends, and even if all those people ignore you, try to talk to your grandparents or your relatives or even strangers, because at least one of them will be able to give you some advice or some comfort to move on and to know what to do next. It is not guaranteed that someone will help you when you speak up, but if you don't speak up at all, then no one will help you. And it will be like you versus the whole world. And in that scenario, it is very unlikely that you will win. So keep on exploring yourself, keep on improving yourself, and forge in you, I call a warrior spirit. And you will see that you are much stronger and much more capable than you think you are. That is my message.